Hi guys, so today we're at the ruins of St. Catherine's Church and Graveyard, just outside Tecumseh here in County Wexford. And we can see the ruins here straight away, covered in ivy. It's a beautiful Thursday afternoon. The sun is shining and we're going to take a quick walk around these old graves. And we'll just start here. And this was a medieval church, and it has some fantastic details still left. And here we can see Wright, is it Thomas Wright or Tobias Wright, 20th of November 1926, and his wife Catherine, who died February 1927, and then their son William Wright, who died November 1956. And this looks like it might have been for holy water. And the little window there. And we can see design here on this slab. Hope you can see it without my shadow. So I've managed to clean it off a bit, and I'm not sure whether the camera is picking up the design here, but I believe this is the burial site of Canon Ingram, 1304 I believe, and he was canon in Ferns, and this would have been the chancel of the church, St. Catherine's Church. So we're going to take a walk back out now and have a look at some other graves and see if we can read them. So we'll make our way down here, and we see 3 headstones together right in the shade here. And these are slate headstones, and slate seems to last much better than limestone. And we have Richard Byrne here, and Richard departed this life the 15th of August 1831, aged just 28. And also the body of Patrick Byrne, who departed this life January the 17th 1843, aged just 28. And beside them we have another Patrick Byrne, and he departed life April 1849, aged 82. His wife Margaret Byrne, alias Hayes, who departed this life the 9th of April 1857 at the age of 82. And I think this is Ellen Byrne, alias Stafford, who departed this life March the 1st, and I think that's 1881. I'm not sure of Margaret's age, maybe 56. Or sorry, Ellen's age, and I think Ellen was 56. And then we have James Byrne, died March the 17th 1882 I think it is, aged just 19. John Byrne died, I think it's March 19th 1893, and he was just 19. So to be able to read that headstone is quite amazing. I hope you can pick it up there with the sun. And then unfortunately this one is completely gone. Lovely rose bush growing here for Catherine Carl and Patrick Carl. Catherine died in 1918 and Patrick died in 1928. And there's more Carls there. Their son Patrick only died the 18th of July 2007. So we've some beautiful flowers here for them. I think this is Matthew Rossiter, who departed this life April, and I think it's 1878, I think. I'm just going to come across. I think that's 1878. And his wife Mary. And I'm not sure of that. 1879 maybe, so a year after her husband. This is James Lawler. And James died in 1939 and his wife Bridget died July 1918, and the deceased children. Nothing to be read there either. And I know a lot of you have asked in comments, and I've discovered that this is moss, and I think it's called Lincoln or Lynching or something like that. But it is a moss or a fungus that grows and almost looks like paint on some of them. And there's an 1886 there. And unfortunately I can't see the name. There's a Catherine, alright, I think. Catherine Ellen maybe. There's an 1868 Simon and a Lawrence. Lawrence died in 1871. And this is Stephen Scallon. But the date is too hard to read on this. Here lies the body of Alison Scallon, alias Devrix, or Devro, who departed this life August the 12th, and I think that's 1788, aged 47. Lord have mercy on her soul. And this is, I think, Mary, alias Devrix as well, and I think that's 1776. She was just 31. And we have this little one that's broken, but I can see 1783 maybe, in 1798 here, and there's a Thomas in it there, just about readable. And there's that white that we were talking about. And this is Elizabeth. And I think that's 1876. Very overgrown here. We'll see if we can read any dates here. There's an 1880 at the end. And I think that's Thomas. I go around. And I think it's John Lambert, 1927. So I think this is Ellen. And I can see maybe August 31st, 1909 there. And she was 60. There's a 1956 there as well. So we have Peter Sinnott, 1962, and Walter Sinnott, 1982. Look at this, guys. Out of the ground with a cross in the middle of it. And this one here. And from what I was told, this building here is the remains of a Protestant church, or Church of Ireland church, that was built obviously much later on the same grounds as St. Catherine's. Just look at that. And we have Elizabeth here. And Elizabeth was 95 years old when she died, March 2008. Look at her lovely statue to have for her. And there's 1780. But I can't. Maybe Thomas as well, actually. Just look at that. We have John Hayes here, and John departed this life April the 9th, 1802, and he was 83. And John is certainly not forgotten. Wow. So once again, oh look at. And you can see the ivory has taken over the walls. But in there we have some headstones, but there's no way of me getting in there. And no way of reading this, although there is an 1852 there. And I think it's Ellen, actually, Ellen Cloak. And this, I love these ones, the rails going across them or around them, and the cross down there amongst the wildflowers. That's a really glorious day today. And we have this huge tomb. And a headstone in there as well. It's such a pity that this is not looked after, because there's certainly newer graves here. Now I want to take a look at this. These arches are the remains of St. Catherine's in Norman times. Imagine. And this would have been actually the top part of the church. So if anyone knows why now the ground is much higher, let me know, please. And inside, just look at that. But inside we have more graves. And we've Walter Scallon here. And Walter died in 1912. Look at that. And this ivy then, that just seems to overtake all these walls. And this here is known as a Boulogne stone, if I've pronounced it right. And basically, in medieval times, they would have been outside, and the rainwater that fell and collected in it, they would have presumed that it was purified water. But later on, then they would have brought it in, and it would have been a holy water font. So quite a lot of history in St. Catherine's. And we'll just look back at this tomb here. As I can see, some form of writing here. And that looks like 23 years old. Just clean as much as I can. And we have 18, 27, 22 years of age. We have a Mary Sinnott here as well. No, can't see any more than that. A Martin, is it? So looking closer, it looks like Christian Herring, wife to Thomas Herring, and her sons Martin and William. And they departed this life, I think it's the 22nd of December, but everything else is just gone, unfortunately. And these would have been, I'm presuming, windows, or well, here's the window, and that may be an archway there then. And we come to Catherine Sinnott, who died November 1945, aged 71, and her daughter Catherine, who died in 1978. She was 62, and her grandson Christopher, 13th of June 2011. So just have a look at these again. It's hard to believe that these are still here. And we come here then. Anastasia Stafford, who departed this life January 1814. Anastasia was only 17 years old. Also her brother Nicholas Stafford, who departed his life March the 6th, 1898. Aged 19. Very young people. Brother and sister lost so young. And we have Nicholas Stafford here. Nicholas died in 1746, 68 years old. I think this is Mary Stafford. It's maybe 1880 something there, I think. We have a very hard to read, 1793 here. Mary Stafford as well. Outside then we have this tomb. So I did find a date. It's very hard to see with the shadow, but just here, 1771, I think. The remaining walls here, and this tomb, look at that. Erected by Mary Blake in the memory of her husband Nicholas Blake, who departed this life 1856. We have Sheila here and Thomas. Sheila died in 1961 and Thomas, I think it's 1997 maybe. We have Mary Furlong, who died in 1949 here, and her husband Richard, 1959. And then we've a Richard there as well, 1986, excuse me. Another headstone there, and another one there. I'm trying to make my way back out here now. Just look at that. The blue skies. And some old graves. Right, guys. So that's it for today. From me at St. Catherine's here in Tecumseh. Talk to you soon. God bless.